Alright guys, these are the best games for your Steam Deck, your ROG Ally, your Legion Go for under $5. So quick criteria, these have to have a rating on SteamDB of 85% plus, they have to have a discount of at least 20%, and they have to be under $5. So let's get into this. So first up, we have basically every game made by Valve themselves. So first up is Portal. So you can buy Portal 1 for about 99 cents or 85 pence. You can buy the collection of Portal 1 and 2 for like an insane price. It's £1.28, which is around about $1, give or take. So that's, again, for these two games, a very good price indeed. Very good price indeed. Carrying on with the Valve games, you can buy the orange box, which includes Portal 1, all of the Half-Life 2 games and DLCs, and Team Fortress 2. And this is also £1.67 or about $1.99. There's also the Left 4 Dead games. Left 4 Dead 1 is about 85 pence or 99 cents. And you can buy the bundle of both games, or you can buy the Valve Complete Pack, which I believe right now is going for about £12, which isn't honestly a good price. As you can see here, it's been significantly cheaper in the past. Even this time last year, it was about £5. So I wouldn't recommend the Valve Complete Pack at this price, but if it drops to about the $5, $6, $7 mark, then 100% pick it up. This is an incredible package. Up next is Slime Rancher. So I played Slime Rancher for the first time on Game Pass, which is unfortunately left, but it's a very good game. So essentially, you play as this young lady with like this sort of like vacuum type gun, and there's these entities called slimes. Well, as the name implies, they're sort of like these slimy blobs. And there's various different types, and it's about collecting them, essentially farming them, keeping them in like pens, and exploring more and more of this island. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. You can like crossbreed slimes as well, and that's quite interesting. And yeah, it is currently rated at about 96.5% on SteamDB, and it is on sale for £3.99 or just under $5 at $4.99. Up next is Doom. So this is Doom 2018. This is like a very good game, man. A very good game indeed. I mean, it's essentially Doom, right? It's a straightforward action game. It's an FPS. So you play as the Doom Slayer, going around slaying the hordes of hell. You start off on Mars, and you work your way up into hell eventually. And yeah, like honestly, the gunplay is excellent. The feeling of all the weapons is great, and the chainsaw feels immaculate. Yeah, blood and gore everywhere. Very good game. Highly recommend it. So it has a SteamDB rating of about 94%, and it's on sale now for £3.19 or $3.99, which is honestly just an absolute steal. Absolute steal. If this video has been helpful for you so far, I'd really appreciate a subscribe. I'm very close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate if you could come along and join me on the journey. So thanks in advance. Up next is The Messenger. So this is quite an interesting game, right? Because this harkens back to the NES and SNES era of games, and it's essentially a 2D side-scrolling action platformer with the twist that halfway through it there's a pretty big shift in how the game plays, and it harkens back to the shift between NES and SNES games. So it's quite cool. This has a SteamDB rating of about 91%, and it's currently on sale for £4.18 or $4.99. So up next are basically all of the Batman Arkham games. So you have Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and Arkham Origins, and they're all individually well under $5. And you can also buy the Batman Arkham collection. Again, it's not under $5. It's currently on sale for £7.49, which is probably going to be the same in dollars, so about $7 to $8. So again, it's slightly more than $5, but each of these games individually are great, and each of them are less than $5 individually. So yeah, Batman Arkham Collection collects Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, and the season pass for Arkham Knight as well. And then if you want to buy Arkham Origins separately, you can do that. And Arkham Origins is on sale for £3.74 or $4.99. Alright, up next is Don't Starve. So Don't Starve is a survival game. It sort of has this like 2D, 3D art style, like a 2.5D. It is quite challenging, very challenging, and there's a bunch of different bosses to beat. There's a bunch of different resources that you need to collect to survive, and yeah, it's extremely highly rated. Extremely highly rated. Yeah, it's very highly rated. It has a Steam DB rating of about 95%. Currently on sale for £1.79 or $2.49. There's also Don't Starve Together, which is, I believe, a standalone multiplayer expansion to Don't Starve. And this is, again, very highly rated at around 95%. And it's on sale for £3.73 or just over $5 at $5.09. On the subject of Valve games, there's also Black Mesa. So Black Mesa, Black Mesa. I'm not sure. I think it's Black Mesa. Black Mesa is a remake of the very first Half-Life game, built from the ground up. So this is essentially like an incredible work. There's an incredible amount of effort put into this, and yeah, this has a Steam DB rating of 94%. Currently on sale for £2.99 or $3.99. Up next are Disgaea 1 and Disgaea 2. So the Disgaea games are quite interesting, right? Because they're pretty old, and these are essentially re-releases of games that first released, I believe, on the PS2, and then they were released again on the PSP. And essentially, what they are is an SRPG, right? So a strategy RPG, where you have a grid and you have various players on both sides, and you're maneuvering them around this map, gaining advantages, with high ground, with various different types of terrain, and yeah, trying to basically beat the map and progress through the campaign. The difference is the level cap in Disgaea is stupidly high. It's like the max level is 9,999, and it can take a long time to get there. So yeah, there's a lot to do. There's plenty to unlock. There's plenty of like secret characters, secret stages. Even well after the campaign is finished, there's plenty of like weapons to unlock and everything. So it's a very good game. Disgaea 1 I've played personally. The story is very, very good. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And yeah, Disgaea 1 has a Steam DB rating of about 84%. It's on sale for £2.99 or $3.99. And Disgaea 2 has a Steam DB rating of 86%, and it's currently on sale for £2.99 or $3.99. Up next is Enter the Gungeon. So Enter the Gungeon is like a top-down 2D roguelike. That's basically it's a bullet hell game, right? So you have an array of different kinds of guns, different kinds of characters, and yeah, it's just you're going through a procedurally generated map, fighting off all your enemies, getting to the boss at the end of the stage, beating the boss, and progressing through the game that way. It's very fun. It's a very fun game. There's a bunch of different kinds of upgrades. There's a bunch of different kinds of guns, different characters, different abilities, everything. So it's trying to find like a playstyle that works for you, and I guess dealing with things that they come up on the fly. So yeah, it's a very good game, and I'd recommend it. This has a Steam DB rating of 94%, and is currently on sale for £3.83 or $4.49. Up next is FTL Faster Than Light. So FTL is essentially a roguelike spaceship sim, right? You are piloting a spaceship, you have your crew, you have various different like sections on board the ship. You can essentially upgrade different parts. You run into various different enemies and encounters as you progress through the campaign. Again, it's procedurally generated as well, so each campaign is going to be completely different, and it's very hard to beat. Like I've heard this is like infamously extremely hard to beat this game. So yeah, just be warned. Also very highly rated at 94%, and it is on sale currently for £1.74 or $2.49. Up next is Undertale. So Undertale is an interesting game. So it's sort of like a spiritual successor to the Mother franchise, so the Earthbound franchise as it's known in the West, and it draws a lot of inspiration from that sort of era. But it is very much a modern game, and it's such a unique experience. It's an RPG, right? The graphics that you can see aren't exactly much to shout home about, but the story is very good, and the different ways you can play it, the different endings you can get are just like a sight to see. So yeah, Undertale, very good. Yep, this has a Steam DB rating of 95.5% and is currently on sale for £2.09 or $2.99. Cool. Up next is Donut County. So Donut County is quite interesting. It's essentially a game where you play as this sentient hole in the ground, right? And as you swallow things, the hole grows larger and larger, and you can swallow more and more things, right? So it's like Katamari Damacy, but just like the inverse of that, right? Instead of growing, instead of like making a large ball and rolling that around and getting bigger, you're swallowing things into a hole, which is then getting bigger, which allows you to swallow more things. It's a very fun game. There's a lot of like tongue in cheek humor that I think works quite well, and yeah, it's good fun. It's quite a short game, but nonetheless, it is very fun. So this currently has a Steam DB rating of about 88.5% and is on sale for £3.29 or $3.89. Right, so that's it for today. If you want more selections of mine from the Steam Autumn Sale, click up here and I will catch you next time. Cheers.